I remember the first time I arrived in Thailand and I was staying in a place with a balcony overlooking a road, and I saw three people go past on a moped, and I was trying to figure out how you physically get three people to sit on a moped without one of them falling off. And then a motorbike with five people on it drove past and I just lost it. I would just burst out laughing. But this is the sort of thing that you see every day in Thailand. Things that would get you arrested in your country happen every single day in Thailand. So this is a list of 7 perfectly normal things in Thailand that are almost certainly not normal at home. Number 1, traffic laws don't exist. Of course, they do technically have traffic laws in Thailand, but it's very, very loose. You regularly see full families on a single motorbike, carrying babies on a motorbike, toddlers sandwiched between parents, nobody wearing helmets, driving on the pavements, the sidewalks is perfectly normal. If the traffic gets very busy, people will drive any way they can, pretty much, to try and get around the traffic. You really don't have much priority as a pedestrian a lot of the time. You're not going to get chased for speeding. You're not going to get stopped or pulled over like you will in the UK or in the US. The police set up checkpoints in certain places, and they stop people to check if you've got the right license, if you've got an international license, if you're a foreigner, to check if you're wearing a helmet and things like that. And they will fine you if you haven't got the right stuff, if you haven't got the right documents, or if you're not wearing a helmet. That's about it. That's about the worst that's probably going to happen. You're probably not going to be pulled over. I've never seen anybody stop for speeding. I've never seen anybody stop for any particular traffic offence or issue. And you see all kinds of crazy things. You see people driving the wrong way down the road at night with no lights on. Number 2, every building has a miniature ghost house. You can see these outside shops, malls, skyscrapers, or your local 7-Eleven often have a little elaborate spirit house. You might see people leaving flowers or food or drinks, bottles of Fanta and things with a straw in it. They will just leave those on the little spirit house all day. It's kind of a mix of Hindu and Buddhist and animism. They leave a spirit house outside. They believe that the spirits are going to go into the spirit house and not into your house. So you see, they've got everything figured out in Thailand, even the ghosts. Why would the ghosts come into your house when they've got their own little house with food and drink? Wonderful. And also, they look really nice. Number 3, unsafe food that never makes anyone sick. Unsafe food that never makes anyone sick. The reality of street food is that you will see food being stored and being prepared in ways that wouldn't pass a health inspection in your country. In the UK, we have this scheme called Scores on the Door. Anywhere that's selling food, a restaurant or a cafe or a bar, has to put their health inspection score on the door. You come to Thailand and that would never ever work. A lot of street food places or even regular restaurants, they don't even have their own fridges. A lot of them have big ice boxes, and they'll put a load of ice in there at the start of the day, and they'll put all their food in there to be stored for the rest of the day. They might be out there all day. You might think, how are they keeping this safe to eat? In Thailand, in tropical heat, they seem to make things work perfectly well without most of the creature comforts and things that are considered to be essential in the UK for food hygiene. There is an argument that local people have got sort of better immunity to some things than foreigners. And yeah, I mean, if you're a foreigner coming to Thailand for the first time, you're probably more likely to get some sort of stomach bug, some sort of stomach upset. It's not unheard of. But I've had very little, to be honest. Very, very rarely got any kind of illness. Number 4, bathroom behavior that might shock you. One of the first things I noticed when I got here, there was no toilet paper in the first place that I was staying, and I went and asked the owner, and they explained, oh no, you don't need toilet paper. You've got a spray next to the toilet, just use that. And they reluctantly gave me some toilet paper as well. But that was my first encounter with the bum gun. Every Thai toilet has a little hose next to the toilet with a trigger. Thai people think that this is a cleaner way to do things rather than using paper. It takes a bit of practice. Once you start to master it, you'll never go back. Also, Thai bathrooms are pretty bare bones. A lot of the time it's a wet room. You don't have shower curtains. Some of the time you don't even have heated showers in Thailand. Probably not in places that tourists go, but some places won't even have a shower. In Thai bathrooms, a lot of the time they will just have a big bucket of water. Often it's a big bin with a scoop, and they, use that to actually shower themselves manually with. Number 5, plastic bag addiction that defies logic. The message about reducing plastics and single-use plastics, which is something that we should all be doing because microplastics are a massive problem that seems to go overlooked. In the UK, David Attenborough, on one of his programs, probably 10 or 15 years ago now, highlighted the problem of microplastics in the oceans and even in our bodies. After that, in the UK, there was a big push towards reducing plastic usage, things like plastic bags and single-use plastics. But the message doesn't seem to have come across here to Thailand at all. Huge amounts of plastic packaging used everywhere, and it's discarded everywhere, and it is a big problem. There have been a few attempts to kind of address this. 7-Eleven have stopped giving you bags by default. They used to just give you a plastic bag with everything. Now they'll only give you one if you need one. Some places charge for bags. Some supermarkets in Thailand have started charging for plastic bags. So there are some efforts to try and reduce plastic usage. In 7-Eleven, you might see a nice packet of what look like delicious biscuits. You see packages where it's a big package of biscuits, and you think the biscuits look like they're going to be big chunky cookies. You've got a big thick plastic bag. Inside that, you've got a big thick plastic container. And inside that big thick plastic container, which is the thing that's making the package look big, you've got these individually wrapped tiny little biscuits. So the biscuits are actually about this big. The packaging is about this big. And it's very misleading. You're basically buying a whole load of plastic packaging, which all gets thrown away, and the actual biscuits are about this big. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any way for you to tell what you're buying before you buy it. Number 6, shoe removal rules that nobody tells you about. Any kind of small shop, a lot of the time you're expected to remove your shoes. So you can usually figure this out because there'll be piles of shoes outside the shop a lot of the time. So you will probably realize that you're supposed to take your shoes off. Wear shoes that you can easily remove in Thailand a lot of the time. Most people wear flip-flops and things anyway. Temples as well, if you go around visiting temples. I suppose that's a bit more obvious for foreigners. Remember that in temples, you're going to have to leave your shoes outside. Shopping malls, not so much. You're allowed to wear shoes inside any big shopping malls. It wouldn't be practical for, thousands of people to leave all their shoes outside, I suppose. It's just a normal part of life in Thailand that you probably haven't seen so much where you come from. And number 7 is 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is Thailand's real kind of hub, I suppose. I often wonder what people would do in Thailand without 7-Eleven. In the UK, we don't have 7-Eleven. We have places like local Tesco shops, local Co-op and Sainsbury's shops, which are a similar kind of thing, but not quite as comprehensive as 7-Eleven is in Thailand. There are over 15,000 7-Eleven stores in Thailand. Since I've been here, I've noticed so many new ones opening. They build them so quickly now. You can pay your bills there, you can do your banking, you can get really good food in 7-Elevens. It's a common kind of tourist and expat thing. The 7-Eleven toasties, the cheese and ham toasties are a really famous kind of thing because you can go into any of these places and get a hot toasty, and it's not just cheese and ham toasties. There's so many different kinds of that kind of food and burgers, ready-to-eat stuff. But Thai food as well, pad kra pao, Thai green curries, all kinds of normal kind of Thai food. They have microwaves, they'll heat it up for you, they'll give you cutlery to eat it. A lot of the time they have places to sit to eat it. So you can get hot food, really good hot food actually. Obviously it's not going to be quite as good as you find in a restaurant, but it's surprisingly good. It's an air-conditioned refuge. Obviously you can get all kinds of drinks and things there. They often have pharmacies as well, so you can go and get whatever you might need. It's a one-stop shop, but it's kind of more than that. It's a place where people gather, people meet. They sell coffees, they sell good quality coffees. A lot of them have a good coffee machine, and it's a lot cheaper than going to a coffee shop or a cafe. It's kind of an institution in a way that those kind of shops in the UK are not. Okay, I hope you found that helpful, and I will see you on the next video.